Welcome back. I'm reading a book, which, you know, if you're very young, you probably don't know what these are. It's before we had computers and tweety things. We used to have books. We'd open them and read things. LOL. Anyway. My first guest tonight is a big giant star, and he's a comedian. He's the author of this new book, which I pay a lot of attention to. As you can see, it's How to Really Stink at Golf. No, it's How to Really Stink at Work. Why did you put up Really Stink at Golf up there? That's why I never read these things, because they're never right. Every time I read it, it's wrong. By the way, if by some miracle in your region that wasn't pixelated and beeped, then I'm sorry. Unless you're over 54, then I don't give a toss. How to Really Stink at Work is the name of this book, and he's also the host of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? He's the funniest guy in the world, and he's on Fox. Take a look. It's very impressive. Please welcome Jeff Foxworthy, everybody. Jeff Foxworthy. Hey, Jeff.
Hey,
How
Craig.
are you?
I'm great, you?
Good. I'm sorry that I called the book How to Stink at Golf.
The one I wrote last year was How to Really Stink at Golf.
I know, that's the one I was thinking about.
Yeah, right.
But it's good. Now, this is very good. It's How to Really Stink at Work. Is this something that you really need to know?
You know, well, the thing started, Brian Hart, who I wrote it with, was a writer when we were doing blue-collar TV. And one day we're sitting around and he said, knowing you as a comedian, I can't imagine that you actually worked at IBM for 5 years.
Did you really?
I did. Right. And, well, I said to him, well, Brian, I was there for 5 years.
Right.
And then we got to talking about this, and everybody knew this person because we would work 3 times as hard not to work. I mean, we wanted the paycheck. Right. But so just to shave a little time off the day. Like, we had a boss that would circle the office and always look over your shoulder. We worked in dispatch, so we would wait till he walked out of his office, and we'd let him get about 30 feet, and then we would dial his number, and he would hear his phone ring, and he would run back in to get it. And as soon as he got to the desk, we would hang up. And we would do this to the guy like 20 times a day.
I'm going to do that to Letterman.
Yeah.
Start tomorrow. That's awesome.
Well, and it became the challenge. Like, the guy, Dave, that worked next to me would deliberately leave his car lights on every morning, and then somebody would come in and go, Dave, you left your car lights on. And so the time it took to walk out and turn them off and come back was another 10 minutes off the work day. So.
And this is a book?
Yeah.
Is this legal?
Well, you know, when I started writing it and I would share it with friends, everybody would go, I've worked with that person.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't want to get fired because you need the paycheck. So you got to create the image that you may not be quite stable as well. You know, like, like have a big snake mug on your desk or something.
Do you like that?
Yeah, that's nice.
You live in Georgia, don't you? You get snakes there.
Yeah, we do get snakes.
Well,
there. Like that kind of snake. I don't like snakes.
Oh, really? You don't like snakes?
No, the last time I was at I have a farm just south of town, and we were moving some concrete. Not a snake farm, but I was moving a thing, and then there was like one of those under it, and only my laundry man knows for sure how scared I really was.
Was it a rattlesnake?
Yeah, it was a rattlesnake.
Well, see, I came across a rattlesnake out in the Hollywood Hills once. I was walking around. I was, going through dumpsters, and I nearly stood on a rattlesnake, and it rattled. And then I went, and I walked away, in much the same condition as you're describing for yourself. And then I thought, no, that's quite good that a rattlesnake does that. It's like, get out of here, I'm poisonous, and off you go.
Right, yeah.
I wish I'd met some people like that earlier in my life.
Right. If they would only rattle when you said hello.
Let me just check, do you rattle?
Well, that's like one of the things in the book is to get people to leave you alone, which is what you want. Wear a neck brace. Have you ever walked in and started a conversation with someone wearing a neck brace?
No, I never have.
No, you're never going to start the conversation because you don't want to hear the story of how they got the neck brace.
Yeah. I'm going to do that. Do you know what's a good thing as well? If someone's going to sit next to you on an airplane or on the train or stuff like that, before they sit down, make a preemptive strike. Like, when they come in and you think, oh, they're going to talk to me, you go, hi, how you doing? Really great to see you. And they're like, oh,
I'll go over here.
chair free? You bet it is! Yeah!
I just put a bunch of religious pamphlets on the seat, you know, it's... Please sit down.
Sit down. I want to talk to you about something. Yeah. So listen, I didn't know you had an actual farm. What do you do in your farm?
You know, we plant about 400 acres. It's a great little getaway. When you do this for a living, you're always on the road. It's kind of where you unplug. Last year, I have to tell you the story. I'm down there and I'm on the tractor with a bush hog. You know, you
I know
cut
the bush
grass,
hog. Yeah. Bush hog is. Oh well, never mind.
But I feel the phone vibrating. But I'm saying, hold on, I'm on the tractor. Hold on. And at the time it takes to turn the tractor off, and it's Mark Burnett, my boss from Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And he's like, in all my years in Hollywood, I don't believe I've ever had someone say, hold on, I'm on the tractor, let me turn the tractor. He goes, this really isn't an act, is it? You really are.
You really are that guy, But what I want to know is, because I have sat on a tractor myself, how did you feel the phone vibrating on the damn tractor? You're on a tractor, you're like, and then you must have the thighs of a ninja.
Well, like I'm out here right now filming Fifth Grader, but I have another job on Hollywood Boulevard to do this Spider-Man thing.
That's
what we did? That's
right. Have you seen those?
I actually have seen Spider-Man.
I mean, it's frightening, and the Chewbacca is quite dangerous.
Yeah, Spider-Man, you will wake up in the middle of the night with a full body shiver just thinking about that one. It's...
No, so listen, so your farm's in Georgia. Do you go out, when you're down in the south, do you go to the NASCARs and do the redneck stuff? Do you actually go and
when we're not looking for UFOs, yes.
No,
I mean, that's...
Hey, NASCAR is popular, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you've got...
Have you ever seen a UFO then, have you? No, I might as well ask you.
I went on a date with my sister one time. We both got picked up. Yeah, it's... So you've got this whole...
I have no prejudice about this. I happen to be a little bit interested in the NASCAR.
You like the NASCAR?
I do
like the NASCAR.
Carl Edwards is here. He's a NASCAR driver. Very nice
Very good NASCAR driver, yes.
Yeah, he's good. So do you go and see it then? Do you have the full
I was actually last year, Talladega, Alabama.
Huge,
unbelievable. I was the Grand Marshal, the gentleman start your engines thing. And I have written redneck jokes since 1988. I've done a calendar since 1990. This is a level of redneck. And we are walking through the infield, and I swear there's like a 75-year-old woman that's got a cigarette hanging out of her mouth. I think the tooth was holding it in there. And she's like, hey, Jeff. And I turn around, and she pulls her top off. Yeah.
Did you get her number? 75 years old?
Yeah.
Wow. Because after 54, I stopped looking.
You don't care anymore, right.
Do you believe that stuff about the demographic? Did you know
I'm backstage watching, laughing, going, those are the people with the money, and yet they don't care about it.
I know, I don't understand it. Am I stupid? Because it's like, I was saying this on the show, like, they say if you buy, your brand loyalty, if you buy a product when you're 18, then you'll buy it when you're in your 50s. And I'm like, I was buying cocaine when I was 18. I don't know that anymore. So I don't understand where that is. And if I was still buying it, I'd be dead. So that doesn't count. I don't understand. Do you still buy the same stuff you bought when you were 18 years old?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, even, like shaving cream and things, you're like, I'm tired of it. You just go find the new stuff.
The new shaving cream.
For the sensitive skin.
Really? What shaving cream do you use, Dad? Do you use the stuff for the moisturizer?
With the sensitive skin. Well, like Des, So, because I'm getting up there. I'm 50. I have to work on it.
4 more years, that's it. You're done.
Yeah, nobody cares. I won't be on the show anymore.
No, we can't have you on. We have to. And because when I started on the show, he said, you've got to appeal to the young demographic. You've got to dye your hair. I'm like, if I dye my hair, I'll just look like a creepy old guy chasing young men around. And that's what I do when I'm not on TV.
Yeah, exactly. Chasing young men around.
Well, it's 18 to 34-year-old men, apparently.
That's what you're after.
No, not me. Well,
Yeah. All right, now, I got to ask you, because when we were doing this thing, at the back part of it, it's real jobs. We went through real What's the worst job you ever had? I mean, because this is a good job.
I think the worst job I ever had was loading mailbags at Glasgow Airport in the winter.
Oh,
that's a bad job, because the planes are coming in. It's free. It's like as cold as Siberia, and you're loading the mailbags with people who hate you because your dad got you the job in the first place. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Making how much?
Ooh, I think the equivalent would be about $5 or $6 a day.
Yeah. When I was in high school with Six Flags, you know, kind of like Six Flags over Georgia, and my best friend talked me into going to work there because he said we were going to work at the log ride and that it was going to be like the perpetual wet T-shirt contest all summer long.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we go down there and sign up. Needless to say, we didn't get the log ride.
No.
He had to wear this horrible French beret and shovel M&Ms into the little bags, and I sewed names on sailor hats. And we were doing the whole thing to meet girls. Girls will not talk to a guy sewing names on sailor hats. And then we would pass the guys from the log ride, and they were like, Pamela Anderson was here this morning in a linen shirt.
That 71-year-old woman from Talladega. She's here every day.
Yeah, that's the guy I got.
We got to go. Jeff, it's always nice to see you. That was nice to see you. I think my teeth are beginning to fall out because I'm approaching 54.
54, and it doesn't matter. Who cares after that?
Yeah, no, after 54. I still can't get round this. Are you on the phone while I'm talking to Jeff Foxworthy?
He is.
Did you hear him on the phone?
Yeah, he's on the phone.
What are you doing on the phone? It's Jeff Foxworthy. This is not the usual crap we have here. I can't believe it.
It hurts.
It does. I'm sorry.
He wouldn't have done that if I was 18 to 34.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's true. Jeff Foxworthy, everybody. We'll be right back.